Good morning, Wisconsin. Morning, world. It's a new day, and thanks for kicking it off with us right here at WFHR. Got your host, James, here. I am joined by our head of news, our co-host, Melissa Kay.
Good morning.
And, of course, our head of production and our co-host, Seth Habhager.
Good morning.
And the best listeners in radio. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We appreciate the company. Thanks for being here. We got good entertainment news for you in a little bit we're going to get into. Touch on that. We will also be getting into moments of awe, the Toy Hall of Fame, plenty more where that came from. But it is a Monday in the 9 o'clock hour. You know what that means.
Something good.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Kitchens Open on WFHR for this Monday, November 18th. I am Beth Throne-Habhager, your host. Last week, we discussed that November was Native American Heritage Month. Well, November is also World Vegan Month.
Hey, good to have you here with us, Beth, and it's good to celebrate vegetarians and the planet-based lifestyle.
James, it's World Vegan Month, not Vegetarian Month. There is a difference.
Yes, there certainly is, Beth. It says here, according to Nutrition Ed's website, nutritioned.org. It looks like nutritioned, which I love. Sorry, I had to mention that. Nutritioned.org. A vegetarian is a person who does not eat the products or byproducts of animal slaughter per the Vegetarian Society. Therefore, vegetarians do not eat meat, poultry, fish, shellfish, insects, gelatin, and rennet, and other types of animal protein or stocks or fats derived from animal slaughter. Vegetarians will usually eat animal byproducts that are not the result of animal slaughter, like eggs, dairy products, and honey. A vegan diet is much stricter than a vegetarian diet. According to the Vegan Society, veganism is a way of living that excludes all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. Vegans will avoid eating all of the same things that vegetarians won't eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So nicely done.
Yes, that's a very good
synopsis.
I have never heard an actual definition of the two.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people have. I think that's one of the things I looked forward to about this subject. That and doing it during hunting week.
The lead up to hunting, right?
There you go.
I honestly, I pre-read this and was looking at just that opening right there, Beth, and learned something. And I've grown up around a lot of this in my life. I've dated a lot of people that do this, and I still didn't really, I don't think, understood the definition of what it was.
Well, it's one of the reasons I love doing this show is to be able to do a little bit more research to understand things a little bit better. And this was actually a topic of conversation with our boys at the house at one point, talking about vegetarianism and veganism. And they're like, well, what's that? Isn't it just eating vegetables? So kind of going into a little bit more detail about what the differences are. I had a seminary classmate who was vegan, and that was the first time I had come in contact with that difference. You go to restaurants, you see vegetarian items, but they're not necessarily vegan. And there are different facets within vegetarianism and veganism. So if you're interested, go online. It's a wealth of information out there. Just double check and make sure that your sources are credible sources.
Yeah, that's always important, of course. I do know one thing. Oreos are vegan. So...
I might be a little.
There you go, James.
Even you could do it after all. I might be. When it comes to a diet, it's important to make sure you're taking in all the nutrients that you need to be healthy. When meat and dairy are excluded, you have to be even more intentional about how you're getting all the vitamins and minerals your body needs.
NutritionEd.org says avoiding certain foods altogether can be risky nutritionally unless a vegan or vegetarian makes sure that they are eating a balanced, healthful diet that meets nutritional requirements. According to the Journal of the American Dietetic Association, a well thought out and planned vegan or vegetarian diet can be healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may help to prevent and treat certain diseases. Nutrients in which vegan and vegetarian diets can often be lacking include vitamin B12. This vitamin is not often found in plant-based foods and is important to support the nervous system and for cardiovascular health. Vegans and vegetarians can eat foods fortified with B12 like breakfast cereals and plant-based milk to meet this nutritional requirement. They may also opt to take B12 supplements. Also, vitamin B6 and niacin. Vegetarians may be lacking in these vitamins, and zinc and omega-3s. Vegans may be lacking in these minerals.
Kimberly Ann Gutsoon, MD, MPH, shares on the Johns Hopkins Medicine website, johnhopkinsmedicine.org, going vegetarian or vegan can have many health benefits, but these diets also come with risks if they aren't properly balanced. A balanced vegetarian or vegan diet means getting all the essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients from a wide range of sources. Some vegetarians don't eat meat. They're at risk at missing out on protein and vitamins B12, as we just heard. Vegans who don't eat any animal products follow an even more restrictive diet. Without eggs and dairy in their diet, vegans need to keep an eye on their calcium and vitamin D intake, as well as the protein and vitamin B12.
She goes on to say it's important to keep in mind that these diets aren't just about excluding certain foods. They're also about adding other foods, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Someone might cut out meat and animal products, but then they begin to rely on quick carbohydrates and processed foods like bagels and macaroni and cheese. This is not a healthy vegan or vegetarian diet.
So what do vegans typically eat? According to the Vegan Society website, vegansociety.com, well named, a great deal, you'll soon find a whole new world of exciting foods and flavors opening up to you. A vegan diet is richly diverse and comprises all kinds of fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains, seeds, beans, and pulses, all of which can be prepared in endless combinations that will ensure you're never bored. From curry to cake, pasties to pizzas, and all the favorite things can be suitable for a vegan diet if you're made from a plant-based ingredients.
And on that same website, I found a recipe for sticky ginger meatballs that sounds absolutely delicious. And to think that it has no meat in it, you would never know. So it uses black beans and quinoa as its base instead of the ground meat.
Beans. Black beans. Sorry, I love black beans. Anyway.
So this might be one I have to try at home. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Well, the meatballs themselves call for 1 can of black beans drained, 100 grams quinoa cooked and cooled, 2 teaspoons white miso paste, 2 garlic cloves, 2 shallots, 1 tablespoon tomato puree. If you have not, you need to cook and cool the quinoa. So it needs to be already heated up and moisturized. You preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which I think is about 350.
I think that's right, yeah.
So this website is actually out of the UK.
Oh, okay.
So you will have to do a little bit of conversion in there.
Converting there, yeah.
But then you add the black beans to the baking sheet and bake them for 15 minutes or until dry and cracked. Finally, chop garlic and shallots and saute until cooked. Add the beans, garlic, and shallots, miso, and tomato puree to a food processor and mix. Add the cooked and cooled quinoa and mix again. Scoop out an even amount of the meatballs using a tablespoon and roll it between your hands to form a neat ball and add to a lined baking tray. You bake for about 20 minutes, rotating about every 5. I did put the link for this entire recipe and how to make it in the station's newsletter. So if you don't have that already, you can sign up for that at WFHR.com.
Ooh, nice tease there.
Yes, well done.
I love making meatballs. I love it. Any kind. Yeah. I don't care what they are. Swedish meatballs, Italian, whatever it is. I love making them. And this looks so cool. I think one of the big things for a lot of people who are maybe not, are a little scared or something to try vegan or something like that, or making it a replacement meat product like this, as I think, I guess for me, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, it's like a texture thing. Is the texture going to be similar enough so I won't be like, this is so different. It's not weird. It's not whatever it is. Is it going to be enough? So it's like, it's going to be different.
Right.
But is it close enough? Like, hey, this is pretty darn close.
I think the texture is such a key part of it. Because flavor, we're used to, even if the same Mainana made meatballs, no 2 meatball tasted exactly the same.
Right.
But if the texture was there, well, then you're on board.
It didn't really matter,
right.
Yeah.
How are you about not telling, is obviously people with allergies cheese or
Right,
anything
right.
like that aside, of not telling somebody, hey, that's a vegan meatball before they try it. Because that's what usually works on me.
Yes.
Is doing those kind of things. And I have to own that it usually does. If you tell me ahead of time, I don't know if it works. But boy, it sure does work when they don't tell me.
We have these preconceived notions about different foods. You know, we talked about scrapple a few weeks ago, and if you just hear the description, you're not going to want to try it. But if it just shows up on your plate and it looks like sausage, you're going to think it's sausage and you'll try it and you won't even know.
Right.
With this one, I think one of the things that's daunting about vegetarian and vegan meals is that it seems to be there are more steps, and that becomes kind of intimidating. And it really doesn't take all that much longer. And once you know what you're doing, it'll all come together very quickly anyway.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about my food. I just want to eat it.
But for those that like to be in the kitchen and like to cook, this could be a fun new challenge to see.
Exactly.
And maybe serve these alongside a meat ball.
Like a regular
with
meatball?
Yeah, with the same glaze, because there is a glaze that goes with this to give it that ginger flavor.
Okay. Which, I mean, you can even do a little side-by-side taste test,
Yeah.
You
right?
could,
Just
exactly.
see what it's like. So if you don't want to jump into the vegan lifestyle on a full-time basis, maybe pick one day a week and try it for just the day. Actera's Action for a Healthy Planet website, actera.org, has Meatless Monday recipes that include everything from vegan mini quiches to vegan strawberry ice cream.
The vegan lifestyle goes beyond just what is eaten, though. nutritioned.org went on to say that vegans also try to avoid animal products in their daily lives, such as wool, silk, leather, beeswax, soaps, candles, and other products containing animal fats. Latex products containing casein from milk proteins, and cosmetics and other products tested on animals.
Right.
Meatless Monday is a horrible Mamas and Papas song, by the way. Not a very good song. It's not
Never made the charts. Never made the charts.
Nope.
no.
The vegan lifestyle isn't for everyone, and you should check with your doctor to discuss benefits and risks before making any big changes to your diet.
You know, something that did occur to me is because we see, you can go online now and you can see all of these, vegan influencers, I guess. They're there's like a subculture and stuff. To me, that seems like very intimidating,
right.
to try to go by that. Because, people become vegans for a lot of different reasons. A lot of people do it for, because the carbon footprint that you leave, it's just fact. It's a lot less when you live a vegan lifestyle. You don't make such a impression on the thing. But it's one of those things where you look at this, it's like, oh God, that's a lot to do, and I got to change so much. Very intimidating. So, even if you just start doing the meatless day, one meatless day, and just see how it goes. Maybe you find out you really like it and you can just go from there. Maybe just kind of ease yourself into it.
Right. Just take some steps, and that will help you understand, especially if you can find unique recipes like are on that website, because it gives you the flavor that you're looking for, because that's what we like to eat, right? We like to taste flavor.
Right.
So you can still have that flavor and that goodness with trying to help with carbon footprints and maybe being a little bit more healthy with the fruits and
the
vegetables.
healthy part too, just making sure that you're getting what you need.
Like all things, it's a good idea to do your research to make a well-informed decision if this is something you're thinking about. Speaking of decisions, if you would like more information about deciding to sponsor The Kitchen's Open, we'd love to get you that information.
Simply call 715-424-1300 and speak to Pam. She will put you in touch with Ashley to discuss the details.
Again, that number is 715-424-1300, 424-1300.
And with that, we will close the kitchen.
All right. Wow.
Another great episode.
Very informative on that
good.
one. I
that
learned
was
a
really
lot.
good, Beth.
Yeah.
That was good. We appreciate you, Beth. We're looking forward to hanging out with you again next Monday with another episode of The Kitchen's Open. Thank you for the work. We'll take a quick time out here. We'll come back with some entertainment news as we go to break. Meatless Monday. Welcome back, everybody. Morning show here at WFHR, locally grown radio. It's one of my favorite beats of all time.
I love
Gotta
Daft
love this
Punk.
beat. Any Daft Punk. Yeah, I'm with
it's all
you.
good.
I'm with you. Well, we hope you're having a good one out there, everybody. I want to send a shout out to Beth and the great work on the Kitchens Open. We appreciate that.
That was a good segment.
Nicely done, Beth.
Absolutely.
Be with us next Monday for another episode, everybody. Get in on that. We want all comers on that one. We want a business sponsor in that one. Get a part of us. Get a part of things, everybody. Give our front desk a call, 715-424-1300. We dive into some entertainment news now. And, of course, with the recent election results, you're going to get some different things happening from this, some fallout from it, if you will. And one of the things that happened from this is quite a few people, a exodus, if you will, leaving Twitter. And I'm going to call it Twitter. I'm not calling it X. Leaving Twitter for Blue Sky.
Right.
Now, Blue Sky was kind of invented a while ago as a counter to Twitter to kind of go back to what Twitter used to be, a sharing of information and not so much opinion-based or fake information or anything like that.
Right, or millions of bots.
And if you don't believe me that Twitter has fake information, just look at the guy one of the worst businessmen of all time, in Elon Musk, who took a perfect business model, could not have ruined it worse. And again, that's not me just saying that. That's the numbers. Go ahead and look at the numbers and what has happened to Twitter since he has taken it over.
Right.
That's not an opinion. That's fact. And with this kind of doing that and kind of going away from it and everything, there's a lot of this happening. Incredible amount of journalists have left, and basically anybody with a good reputation has left. Lizzo, Barbara Streisand, James Gunn, John Cusack, Guillermo del Toro, Ben Stiller, Patton Oswalt, Weird Al Yankovic have all left for Blue Sky. Now, they have quote-unquote left. Most of them still have an account and are keeping it going to kind of encourage people to join them on Blue Sky or that kind of thing. As of just a few days ago, Blue Sky had 16.7 million users and was gaining about 1 million a day.
Woo.
And has a long way to go to catch up. Has a long way to go to catch up to Twitter, but it's happening more and more. And even Threads, a Facebook incarnation, has gained over 250 million viewers. Right. Now, this was already happening. This was already going on since Musk took over. There are not many people in human history that are worse at business than this man. You don't have to do a ton of digging. For one, Elon Musk has not invented anything. Like, he has he has had ideas. He has had ideas that he has brought to people who are a lot smarter than him, who have turned them into something. Yes. And he certainly deserves credit for being a part of some of these things. But much like Trump, he does not necessarily have any creative ideas. He has people around him that turn these into something. And that's why they don't succeed, in part. Because they are not a good business model. They are not planned out well. They are not thought through. They are also done by people that live in bubbles. And don't know what common people want or are looking for. Right. Because they have no idea. If they ever spent a day in a common life, I guarantee you, I will put any amount of money you want on this. There have never been any dirt under the nails of Elon Musk or Trump or any of these guys. They never put their hands in the dirt. No. These are people who have never worked a day in their lives and may have never even taken or thrown a punch in their life for as much as they talk about that stuff. And this site is kind of giving you a lot of that, is showing you a lot of this. Now, the thing about it, though, to me is, regardless of who runs or owns a company, we talk about this with Amazon, with a lot of our social media accounts and everything, we still use them. Even though we may not like, certain people, we still use the accounts and everything. And to me, I think that's, I don't know, maybe it's just the rebel in me. But if I have an account and I like the account and I like the site or anything like that, right, I'm not going to let. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it more me. I'm going to do what I want to do there. I'm going to have. That's what they did. That's what they did to the site. The site was not usually a pool of misinformation. They turned it into that, along with letting a lot of Russian bots into the social media game. To me, I rebel against that. I say make it your own. And there you go. For one thing, like when I'm on Twitter and I have the option, because Elon Musk did something. He wasn't happy with his numbers and couldn't understand why. So he keeps trying to change the algorithm to make it look like he's more popular than he is. Yeah. And one of the things he has done when I pull up my app and I see Twitter here, because I have not left, and he'll kick me off eventually, because one of the things you can't do the only reason I have this is for news, because still so much breaking news happens here. I go into trending, I go into news, and if you go down a little ways, well, look at this. It's Elon Musk, Elon Musk, Elon Musk. His feed pops up on yours automatically. And if you want, usually you can get rid of these things. He will not let you. But one thing you can do is report the post. So let me see here. He is, this is misinformation he is posting up there. So I'm going to go ahead and I can choose between a number of different varieties. Like I'm reporting this post because it's hate or it's abuseful for harassment or violent speech or something like that. I'm going to choose spam. Yeah, spam. And boom, there we go. I just put Elon Musk on his own website, spam.
He's spamming you. Yeah.
These are things you can do. I say have fun with it.
Yeah.
And you know, it's all just social media.
That's a great point. You got to bring up. I mean, totally, man.
There is no requirement on your phone that you have to have any of these apps on.
No,
you don't necessarily have to, and you can get good information in other places, like the WFHR newsletter.
That's right. Nice.
You can sign up for our newsletter. It comes out every Thursday at noon.
That's right. I love that curve. That was nice. Just right in there, man.
Looking at the weekend box office numbers, Red 1 took the top spot, just barely edging out Gladiator 2. Thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
I really thought for sure that Gladiator 2 was just going to steal the whole thing and everything. But
nothing makes sense anymore.
No.
Nothing makes sense in the movies.
I did not, I'll be honest, if I saw it, I don't remember a single thing about the first Gladiator. This second one looks amazing, though. It looks like an incredible. It looks really well done.
Right.
I don't know if it's the story is going to be very good. It looks like it's a lot about the fall of Rome,
right?
And that interests me. You have Denzel Washington, so that's all. I'm going to watch it, of course.
Yes, but I wonder about the timing. You know, or what if they just made it a movie instead of having like a direct sequel to Gladiator? I mean, people would be interesting, just like. The fall of the Roman Empire. That sounds cool, right? Yeah, I would. That sounds more interesting than Gladiator 2, but maybe that's just me.
And we don't get to do this very often, but I did want to shout out some really nice reporting being done by Rolling Stone. A really cool article by Brian Hiatt about Timothée Chalamet and what he did to become Bob Dylan.
Ooh, okay.
It is. I mean, you guys know, you hear me ramble every day about actors and the things that they do and random things that you never really wanted to know about what an actor did to become a character or something like that.
Right.
I don't know if I've really read something like this before, like what this kid did.
Really?
This is a different animal, man. He's a different animal, this kid. Timothée Chalamet, I understand that he's, very, very popular and becoming more and more popular by the day, and I don't know how long this will last, but for right now, this kid seems to have his feet on the ground still and still understand what it takes to do this job right. And if you're playing somebody like Bob Dylan, okay, I've got to do the best acting I've ever done in my life. I really respect him. Yeah. This is a kid. He could easily be just letting ego just take him wherever he wants to go right now and be choosing very simple projects, rom-coms, these kind of things. Right. All he does is just keep trying to push himself. And what he went through to play this character, to do it right. There's a trailer out right now where it just comes in and the camera slowly steadies into the behind the set, behind the stage, and you see just the back of this gentleman with his hair all out and everything, and it's a silhouette that we have seen of Bob Dylan many, many times.
Right.
And I'm watching this, and the camera comes around, and you hear the voice, all that, and you're like, okay, it's Bob Dylan. No, that's Timothée Chalamet.
Whoa!
It blew me away.
Wow!
Blew me away. Like I did not see that coming. He's good, man.
So I think a lot of people have a Dylan impression. Right,
certainly do.
But to do it like seriously, to actually try to not copy it, but you know what I mean, get as close as you can to do it. That can't be easy. That cannot be easy.
The movie is all about the Bob Dylan breaking into the the Greenwich Village scene and everything. And, it looks like really pretty good.
I'll watch it just for the early days in Minnesota. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Nice.
How was it up in Hibbing, Bob? It was cold. That's what he always says. It was cold in Hibbing, Minnesota.
That's awesome. That's a great response. I'm actually more of a fan of Mr. Dylan as a person than his work. I'm not a huge Bob Dylan music guy. I will watch this for all of those
for a lot of reasons.
Got a new podcast up and loaded for you, everybody. Be sure to check out What the Muppet wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh yeah.
This week's episode: Swashbuckling Keith Richards. Might be able to guess the movie that we popped up from that one.
I think we do, yes.
We had
But
a lot
still.
of fun with this one. And I did want to not only thank the audience, but give you guys a heads up for those that did not hear. Bree and I are going to be taking a hiatus coming up here.
Understandably.
Yeah.
With where she's at right
She's
now.
got some other things on her plate.
Got to do some things, yeah.
But we are going to wrap up season 2. We're going to have some fun with that, and we are looking forward to continuing this podcast eventually. But we did want to thank everybody because this started out as just something that her and I, just a father and a daughter that wanted to work together and just have some fun. And the amount of followers and the people that have brought us in, and
That's so cool.
The success of this has just been humbling.
That's
we
great.
really do appreciate it.
Love it.
Thank you, everybody out there. Be sure to download What the Muppet and get your podcast wherever you get those pods. And sign up and get your tickets for Wisconsin Rapids Community Theater's holiday play, White Christmas.
Yes, a musical, a big musical, very ambitious, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah. The first time they've put on a musical in a number of years.
In a number of years, yeah.
Getting the chance to be at the studio and waiting to go on stage and all that. But we had a great conversation Saturday night, Gretchen and I, along with a bunch of other people. And one of the things that we were talking about is her growing up in this theater.
Right.
And I think there's a number of comparisons that I can make with this where, you hear me for, almost 20 years rave about how much I love this station and how much it's a part of me and I'm a part of it and all of those things and how humbled I am to be here. And then there's Chuck, who literally grew up in this station. and so it's a whole different ballgame. Like,
right.
I can rave and romanticize it, but then when he talks about it, it's a whole different thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing with WRCT, where I could talk about that place all I want and how it, I grew up there and all these different things. Gretchen literally did.
Grew up there, yeah.
So when you have somebody like that in charge of a theater, not only do you have somebody who understands the history of it, respects it, maybe you don't repeat certain things, and maybe you try new things. And some of the stuff they're doing over there has been awesome. And a big shout out to her and the board and everybody that is making those decisions.
It's very cool. I love a lot of the stuff they're doing there.
Be a part of things over at Wisconsin Rapids Community Theater. Find out more and get your tickets for White Christmas at WRCtheater.org, WRCtheater.org. We will take a time out. We'll come back. I got a moment of awe that I want to get into. And we got to talk about the Toy Hall of Fame coming up on the morning show here at WFHR. Welcome back, everybody. Morning show at WFHR. Locally grown. Oh, wait a minute. I should do. Welcome back, everybody. Morning show at WFHR. It's locally grown radio. It's really good. It's got Melissa and Seth and Jane. I like Bruce Springsteen. I'm not trying to.
I know you're not trying to make fun of him.
My luck would be he just happens to randomly be flipping through radio stations. Just happens.
What is this guy doing? Hey,
and,
doesn't he know I'm the boss? He can't do that.
Last Friday we got to celebrate a fun segment, and I got to hear from the listeners over the weekend about it. And I want to shout you guys out. Thanks so much for your feedback. We really do appreciate it. We got into moments of awe, things that everyday life brings us, but just still hit us. Sunrises, a baby laughing, those kind of things.
Yeah.
And it's a segment that I'd like to keep coming back to as you randomly, because this is stuff that we might not think of off the top of our head, but when it happens, we think of it. So it doesn't matter what we're talking about. You have a moment of awe you want to share with us. Feel free, 715-424-2600. We are going to continue to promote positivity and have some fun around here with that. So go ahead and spread those. And you never know, some listeners bring up some things or we bring up some things, and it might get the ball spinning or might make you think of something that you don't normally do. I know for me, over the weekend, I was on my way up to Point and coming around the bend, and right as I do, up in the sky, maybe one of the biggest migration of birds I've ever seen. It had to have been like 30 or 40 of them.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know the last time I saw that big of one, and that just never gets old to me, man. It is always cool to me to see birds migrating and everything. I don't know. I've always found it really cool.
I had one of those yesterday, going outside to put something in the dumpster, and I came back and I looked up, and the sky was clear, and I could see so many stars. And that to me is one of these. Again, never gets old.
Yeah.
When it's especially when you're in the middle of town, you have all that light pollution around. But it was one of those times when you could see everything, and it was like, oh, that's so cool. I love it.
The National Toy Hall of Fame announced its 3 newest inductees recently. They are My Little Pony, that were first produced in 1982.
Very good.
My sister is very happy about that. Transformers, more than meets the eye.
Love that jingle, man.
It's so good. It's so good.
Stuck
It's
in
a
your head forever.
classic
Yep.
jingle. The first iteration of the toys came out back in 1984.
Okay. We're big in the 80s this year. Yeah.
And the card game Phase 10. It was
Ooh.
created in 1982.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Yeah, yeah.
80s toys.
Maybe making sense. A lot of the people that are voting on this are probably in that age range
Yep.
and everything. 9 other finalists didn't get enough votes to make it in, like the board game Apples to Apples and Sequence, the Pokemon trading card games,
That'll get in eventually for
Yeah.
sure.
Hess Toy Trucks,
Oh, yes.
and the one that should have got in, Choose Your Own Adventure game books.
Oh, yeah. They'll get into at some point.
God, why did they not get in? That's crazy to me.
We need more people voting, I guess.
Yeah. Remote control vehicles, that stick horse, the hobby horse.
The hobby horse, yes.
Trampolines and plain old balloons just barely missed the cut.
I love the idea of just balloons
yeah.
getting in
I
there.
can't believe that hasn't. made
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
It seems weird, yeah.
I mean, everyone has fun with balloons. Like all age groups, man.
Last year's inductees were baseball cards, Cabbage Patch Kids, the Fisher-Price Corn Popper, and Nerf.
Yes. Yes.
Another great list.
There are so many things out there that we can put in. I love this. This is one of my favorite things every year that we talk about.
Do you think that they should open it up to more, like 4 a year or something? Like, or is this keep it going?
How big is the museum?
That's a great question.
Yes.
I know it's in Rochester, New York, if I
Yes.
remember correctly. And they have not only, Melissa, do they have like the toy? They have like a whole video game wing
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
that for
they
just
have
video
to.
game stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it must be decent sized.
I mean, they probably have to cap it at 3 because otherwise they're going to have to expand.
Yeah, but they would
every
really have
5
to fill it in.
years.
I think it has to do with the vote totals too, because sometimes they've noticed they've done like 4 some years, and then some years it's 3, and some maybe I don't know all the years, but that might have something to do with it. How many votes they get too. So
They do have a number of different ways you can take it in as well. You can also take it. They have online exhibits as well as
virtual tour. Yeah.
That are pretty cool on there. They've got a great list here too. Like there's some great ones that have been on there. But I would say for me, as I mentioned, Choose Your Own Adventure books. That's the one that I would like to see in there that hasn't got it in yet.
Man, for how many kids who didn't really like reading did that turn them on to reading? Seriously, because it was different, it was new, and the story changed depending on what you did. I mean, that's to me, that's like such a great idea.
Because my mother and my sister were such good readers and loved reading so much, I really felt like there was something wrong with me and that I couldn't read that well, or I didn't enjoy reading. It was, and I didn't know I had dyslexia back then or anything like that. So when it came to like having a hard time reading, it really took something to keep me going. Like if I was going to finish a book, I really had to get into it to push through that and everything. And the Choose Your Own Adventure books were the lifesaver for me.
I'm telling you.
Not just because I enjoyed reading them, but it got me repetition. I kept reading. I read every single one of those books, and read them like a lot of like a lot of kids out there. You read them almost twice because you wanted to have a different adventure.
Exactly.
Or see this one
Multiple
didn't work
times,
out.
right? Yeah.
And usually was your first choice. You ended up in like the trap or something like that.
The bottom of the pit, you died. Yes.
And because of that, I kept reading and reading and reading, and I got better and better at it. And obviously, if you listen to me on the air here, I still got room to grow. But I wouldn't be anywhere near I was without those kind of books. Not just those books, but those kind of books.
But absolutely, I mean, and that's why I think they're so cool and important. So they'll get in eventually.
And not only that, but all of the different kinds of books that we have available to us. Graphic novels are
Oh, yes,
another way
100%.
that
Comic books,
children
yeah.
are reading that wouldn't normally be able to, have the incentive to read.
Right.
Thank you, Batman.
Yeah.
Because
I'm telling
you're
you.
so right. Another reason why I read a lot.
My kids that's where they started with so many books. They started with graphic novels, but now they're reading, just regular books kind of thing. Yep. So it's like a progression. That's why I think you're right. There's all these different ways to read, and it's very cool that they have these options now.
I know we're talking about toys, but I just also want to express the importance of reading to your children when they're young, because it is so vitally important to help them expand their vocabulary, their lexicon, to develop a love of reading with them.
Yeah.
And that is what helps. It's not we can't expect schools to do all the work. We have to do something.
Absolutely not. No.
It's also a lot of fun. There are a
It
few
is.
things that are fun, a more fun way to wrap up your day than reading to your kids. It's a blast. If I give you the option, you two, and of course our listeners out there, you can add one of these toys that we mentioned to this year's list. Which would it be?
All right.
Which one would you be? Or an honorable mention. It doesn't have to be one of the ones I mentioned. It could be any old toy that is not already inducted. Is there one that stands out to you? Is there one that you would add?
Boy, I'm trying to remember. What was the list again?
Read them off again.
Remote
quick.
control vehicles, stick horse, hobby horse, trampolines, plain old balloons, the Hess toy trucks, choose your own adventure game books, Pokemon trading cards, apples to apples, and sequence.
I choose remote control cars.
Really?
I
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
That's
I
not
always
bad.
wanted one.
It's a good
Never
one.
got one.
The only one I'm like really kind of curious about is the Hess trucks, because those were only for Hess gas stations, which are not nationwide. Those are mostly on the East Coast, and up and down the East Coast. But they had and you could see them in every gas station. They would have these toy trucks that said Hess on them, and they were very popular, which was okay. That's interesting. Actually, I got to go with. I got to go with the Choose Your Own Adventure books on this. Those are the ones that I think those should be in there.
It's a pretty cool list.
It is.
We encourage you to not only check out the list, but get ready to vote on next year's list. You can find out more at museumofplay.org, museumofplay.org. And a big shout out to them for doing this.
Yeah,
I love
it's a lot of fun.
That's our next team building exercise. We're heading to Rochester.
We're going to do a road trip.
Yep.
We're going to do
Hop,
everything we
skip,
talked
and a
about today. No. Get a vegan restaurant. We're going to
We're going to do it all. Do it all. We will be back with more show. When we come back, we got a good way to wrap up things. 5 things to make you be happier. We got that coming up.
We have all the secrets.
Yes. Morning show at WFHR. Welcome back, everybody. Morning show here at WFHR, locally grown radio. Melissa, Seth, and James hanging out with you. We hope you're having a fantastic Monday out there. Your week kicked off well. Got good stuff coming up for you. We're going to get into 5 things that you can do to make yourself happier. Let's dive right in, gang. Let's get into this.
Alrighty.
It's a good way to start out the week, I think. And this list doesn't just come to us from anybody. Dr. Sanjay Gupta recently compared it and put together this list and compared it to people who are naturally thin and don't have to work at it. Like some people are just naturally happy. Some people are just naturally are that way. Their metabolism or their mindset is that way or what have you and everything. So here are 5 habits to increase your happiness.
Okay.
Find things you can become fully absorbed in. When you're fully engaged in something, you don't notice the passage of time. It's called a flow state, and it's associated with more joy.
Ooh, flow state.
I like that.
I like that.
That's a good one.
It's cool. I've never heard that before. Yes. And I mean, who hasn't experienced it, right?
Yeah.
You know, you get so involved in something. It's like, what happened to the dime?
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
And practice random acts of kindness. It can make you feel generous and capable and bring more joy to your life.
You know, the amazing thing about, doing nice things for other people, it makes you feel good, you know? So that's a win-win. I mean, why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah, it is the ultimate win-win situation.
I'm telling you.
Putting yourself in situations to do random. Now, I think a lot of us make plans to do acts of kindness or volunteer, do that.
Right.
What I think he's specifically getting into is the thing that you didn't plan for, that opening, that moment there where you can do the right thing, you can do something nice, you can say or do something. We have this happen all the time on a smaller scale with, you see somebody coming your way and you hold the door open for them.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yep.
The elevator door being held open.
Yeah.
Something like
Somebody
that.
drops something and you pick
Pick it up for them.
Yeah. I will say that almost every single time I go to a Walmart or I go to a grocery store, there is somebody there that can't reach something on a shelf and they either ask me or just give me a look. And
I'm there, man.
Just
right
grab
there.
It. Just grab it. The things like that. Now, that really helped that person. That made them smile. Guess what? Made me smile too.
Exactly.
It really is a win-win kind of situation. Nurture your relationships. Research shows that they can be more important to happiness than money, your job, or even your health.
Makes total sense to me, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to the friends conversation we had earlier before. Melissa, I think, brought up one of the stronger points in that. You got to earn it. You got to work for it. These are things
worth having, right?
Yep.
Worth working for.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things. We do know that humans in general are social animals.
Yes.
There's very few people who, feel better just completely alone all the time. But most of us, we need something, we need some of that human contact.
Express gratitude. Count your blessings and be thankful for them.
And that's about a mindset, thinking positively instead of focusing on the negatives.
Yep.
You're going to feel more positive if you focus on positives.
Think about
sense.
Yeah, think about, where you are and how you got there. And think about all the good stuff that happened along the way to get where you are. Yeah, of course, we all have troubles. We all have issues. But, man, you're so right, Melissa.
And it's very easy to look back at another point in our life where things weren't good and appreciate where you are now.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, boy. Every day.
I'm telling you.
Every day.
One of your best friends' perspective.
Yes.
That perspective
100%.
goes a long way. And celebrate good news. Give yourself a pat on the back when you've earned one. And celebrate other people's wins, too. Again, it's about being grateful and fostering community.
Yes.
There is no downside to that.
No, not at all.
This is one of those things that it only leads to a positive, feelings and energy and all that. And we need more of that.
I love the idea of not only celebrating, because it's something, I think some of us struggle with, taking that compliment, James. But I'm the same way. I have to admit it. But also the idea of celebrating other people's victories. That is such a great thing. Because, again, like you said, perspective, man. It gives you perspective.
I will forever be the person that will go to a 10 when you maybe only need to go to a 7 for somebody, because I believe in that so much, and I don't think we hear it enough. And to me, it's one of the things that we have this superpower in every one of us where we can encourage and support each other like that. And we do. I think we do a good job of it in society. We could do better. I think one of the first things I think of was something like that is parenting, where who could really use support 24/7? Parents. Yes. But do they get it? I mean, especially from other parents. Sometimes and sometimes not. I think that's a universe that could be a lot stronger in that regard.
Sure can.
The way we are with our education system. Most people out there, we love teachers. We appreciate teachers. I had this teacher back in 6th grade. They were so great to me and everything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the education system comes up, and all of a sudden they just completely forget all of that stuff, apparently, and start acting like they know what it's like to teach a bunch of strangers' kids, or something like that. Some of these things that we need a little bit more, not only empathy in our world, but understanding of I don't understand everything.
Right.
I get that I don't get it. I can empathize with this, but I don't get it because I can't. Right. I need to listen to you more. I need to hear more about this world and understand a little bit.
Boy, is that important. Wow.
Communicating, listening to each other. And being supportive along the lines.
Yeah.
I think they can go a long way. And while this may make others feel good, it'll make you feel good too.
That's true.
Taking a look at our schedule and some good stories of the day locally around here. Stick around, everybody. At the top of the hour, Matt and Air on air.
All right.
Join Jane and Greg while you can. They got a break coming up.
That's true.
They
do. A little vacation going on. Yeah.
A very well-deserved and earned one. Be sure to enjoy them today, everybody. Be sure to stick around Monday through Friday, 4 to 5 for Midday Magazine. Boy, do we got a great list of guests lined up for you this week. We kick off the week in part 1 with Joni and Caleb joining us from the Wisconsin Rapids Area Community Choir.
Oh, very good.
Got this upcoming concert that we want to talk about with them.
Yeah, very good.
And then last week we were not able to get it in, so we are going to get in our interview with the Zor Shriners Festival of Trees event.
Yeah.
Great interview with with them. Ken and Chris were in, had a blast with talking with those guys. Big thank you to them for joining us again. That will be at 4:30 today.
My family and I did that last year, the first year that they did it. Man, did we have fun. Oh, that was so cool.
And you were warm the whole time.
And it was warm inside the building. Yeah, it was nice.
Be sure to check out, of course, Playmakers tonight from 5 to 6. We encourage you to join us. Nobody made a highlight from the sidelines. Call in with your sports takes and thoughts. Do keep in mind there will be no Playmakers this Wednesday and Friday this week. Wednesday, due to, of course, our live broadcast from Aspires to Review Foundation with the Lights of Love ceremony. Catch our own Melissa Kay at this event, broadcasting from 4:30 to 6 right here at WFHR. Stop on by and say hi to Mel and the team and all the kids down there and all the great
that's
people.
right.
And then Friday, it's we got Wisconsin men's basketball. They're hosting Central Florida, the Green Barrow Tip-Off Basketball Tournament.
Yes.
This is a big one in West
Those
Virginia.
tournaments always have weird times. So, yeah.
So those will be going on. So just one Playmakers for us this week.
Yeah.
But that doesn't interfere with our Tuesday and Thursday show, Community Stories.
That's right.
Got,
indeed.
Yeah, got some great ones lined up for you this week. Be sure to join us on Tuesdays and Thursday from 5 to 6. Just stick around all week, Monday.
Where are you going, man?
Yeah. We got you covered. We got your prime time covered. Melissa's got some great shows lined up for you this Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday with Community Stories and Thursday with Community Stories Junior.
Tuesday will be a continuation of our veteran series, and then Thursday we'll hear our first interviews with our theater students.
Nice. Very exciting. Very
And also
exciting.
the second chapter of Kevin the Cat.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. Yeah. Love the show, Melissa. Great work on that
Thank
show. Be sure to spread the word about those shows, everybody.
Yes, indeed.
And if you get a chance, head on over to our old stomping grounds, our second home. Right?
We live there.
Wisconsin Rapids Community Theater and Network at Night is going on tonight. From 5 to 7, they got raffle prizes, appetizers, open to members, future members, and it is free to attend. Join them for a great time. These Network and Night events are always a blast.
Yes.
Join them at 223rd Avenue South, right here in Wisconsin Rapids. Head on over to the Centralia Center and enjoy Wisconsin Rapids Community Theater hosting the Heart of Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce's Network at Night.
Yes, indeed.
5 to 7 tonight, everybody. And Dinner for Dough to support Nakusa, going on with Rocky Rococo. They're going to donate 20% of their purchases today from 11 a.m. to 9 o'clock, helping out the Nakusa area, it looks like.
All right, yeah.
I wish I had further details on that, but that's all I have.
That's all they gave us.
I love Nakusa, so I wanted to support that.
Let's support Nakusa.
Yes, this is for Nakusa, the nonprofit, and they will donate part of the proceeds from the sales today at Rocky Rococo to that nonprofit that helps in many community areas.
Very good. Very good.
And Seth wanted to make sure people knew about this.
Yes, and of course, Melissa mentioned this in one of her news breaks, but we do have a couple of opportunities to give some blood through the Community Blood Center over at the former East Junior High School in the cafeteria area, 311 Lincoln Street in Wisconsin Rapids. Tomorrow, they're going to be going from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., and then on Monday, the 25th, they're going from 2 to 7. They do ask that you please schedule your life-saving donation at 800-280-4102. 800-280-4102. Appointments are appreciated, but if they can fit you in as a walk-in, they will do that as well. Keep that in mind, everyone. They actually put something on here that I hadn't thought about. We talk about emergencies, what we need, blood donation, but there are people who need regular blood transfusions, and we don't want to forget them either. That's just another reason why giving blood is so vital, people. This is something that's very important. So if you're able to do so, we do encourage you tomorrow to go over to the former East Junior High School in the cafeteria from 10 to 3.
Check that out, everybody. You get a chance. And Seth wanted to make sure people knew about this going on this week, and I think you might know some about this.
I know a little bit something about this. Coming up on Sunday evening, there's going to be a community Thanksgiving worship service hosted by the First Congregational UCC Church at 311 2nd Street South. All are welcome. A free will offering will be collected to benefit the Ministry of the Grace Ecumenical Association in town here, but also to help pay off school meal debt in area schools. That's kind of the ministry that Grace has really gotten onto because there is a very, very real need for that in a lot of area schools here. So that's 6 o'clock this coming Sunday evening. It's a community Thanksgiving worship service at the UCC Church in Rapids.
Be sure to check that out, everybody, and we'll be talking more about all of these events as we get closer to them. Appreciate everyone out there. Keep in mind, tomorrow's show, Melissa and I are going to be hanging out. We're going to be joined by Connie Hankey. She is the watercolor artist and art director over at the Alexander House. We're going to be talking about their opening and a new exhibit going on over there. Looking forward to that. We love Connie joining us.
She's great.
Yeah.
Lots of great information.
It's always a great time to have them.
And James, one quick shout out tonight at WIRI. If you are a hunter, tune in from 6 to 7. We are going to be live on the air. We have an interview with Wood County Wildlife, and we want your phone calls. We want your hunting stories. 423-1055 is the number to call, 6 to 7. Call in. I don't want to be bored. Call me.
Yes.
And we want to talk. But we also have some fun, of course, hunting uplifting songs to play and everything. We want to hear some jokes. Keep them clean. We are on the radio. Yeah, get ready. We're doing it all this week, 6 to 7 on WIR.
I'm going to call up every 20 minutes and just request 30-point buck. I'm just going to keep calling. Seth will be joined by Michael Comer hopefully
later on in this week.
Well, so that'll be cool too. Great show today, you two.
You too, man.
You too.
Be good to each other out there. We'll talk to you sooner than later right here at...
This is locally grown radio. WFHR 1320 AM, W248DE, Wisconsin Rapids, and always streaming on the Civic Media app.